other people in business use live streaming and why they go live? Yes, me too. Also, I was wondering if you knew how to use live video to bring out your authentic written voice. So, my name is Rose Caiazzo. I am an on camera and voiceover talent, in addition to being the owner of the live streaming Secret Circle, which is a women's group that gets you on camera and gets you looking good with a strategy for live streaming. Basically, that's that. So, today, in today's chat, I want to introduce Kim De Silva. So, I'd love for you to take a moment to introduce yourself to my audience.
Sure. So yes, I'm Kim. I'm a wife, a mom, an entrepreneur, and a teacher. And I help you bring the love, romance, and support back to your relationships, like it was in the beginning, but better now. Um, that's who I am. That's what I do, and I'm really happy to be here to chat with you today, Rose.
Yes, I am too. And I love your accent. I mean, I have to say it.
Thank you. And if anybody is from the Caribbean, it's a very easy.
Right. So you have a live streaming show. Tell us more about that. Like, why,
Mhm.
did you start a live streaming show and why not just upload video?
Sure. So it's called The Language of Relationships. And that's what we do. We chat about topics related to relationships. And it's not just about, being married or being in a long term committed relationship. It's also about, the different aspects of our lives that all culminate in and affect our relationships. Because, if you think like our health, how we sleep, how we eat, how we, our mindset, so many things impact relationships, finances. So it's so broad. It's fantastic and amazing. All the different people I'm able to connect with and have those conversations with. And, we talk about like, well, why live streaming? Well, I'll be honest with you, Rose. It's not as if I sat down and thought to myself, I want to go live with this show.
That was going to be my next question, but we'll save it for then.
So, it just so happened that when I got the offer to do the show, that was the format that the producers use. They use it as a live streaming. It streams onto Roku. It streams onto Fire Sticks, of course YouTube, because why would you not? Um,
Right.
and all the different social media platforms. Um, I think for me, one of the things that I really liked, that sense of no hesitation. Right. So, as you said, why not upload videos? Well, I remember like way back, I'd say way back. It's probably like what five years ago, and trying to do my first video. So I don't know if we've talked about this, but I'm also a university lecturer. So it was just like before COVID, and we were switching stuff to online, and I had to do a little welcome video for my online class, right? And it's like, fine. I remember we got home from church one evening. I told my husband, just give me 5 minutes. I just got to go record a 2 minute welcome.
How many takes
Hour.
did you do?
I don't know, but it was an hour later before I came downstairs. And I mean, I'm not kidding. It really literally was 2 minutes. It's like, welcome. This is the name of the course. This is my name. This is, something that I have been doing for donkey's years. I've been in education for like 15 years now, right? And yeah, a 2 minute video saying who I am, what I do, what the course is about. 1 hour. I mean, come on.
This is one of the issues that women have today about going on camera. I mean, there are many issues that
Yeah,
the mindset blocks that sit in our minds that we can or feel that we cannot do. But
correct.
that you bring up a very good point is the amount of takes, right? So
Yeah,
when you want to try to make it the best you can be and you keep messing up, you're like, well, I have to do it again and I have to do it again and again and again.
correct.
But with
Correct.
live streaming, right? So how did that switch over from, like uploading videos to doing live stream? Was there a time in your life where you thought, I will never do a live stream? Or you were like
But
always
yeah.
curious?
I mean, at that point, for sure. But interestingly enough, also around that time, I started my first online business, which was to create Spanish courses. So it was like, well, okay, fine. I have no choice. I have to go online. I have to create the courses. I have to create the videos. And I remember doing a training program around that because I realized I was really out of my depth. So joined in this I know we talked about it a little bit. It's called Ignite. It's no longer in existence, but that was the whole point of it, getting people comfortable speaking on camera. And that was the start. But yes, it, you know, like the idea of going like doing a Facebook Live. Well, that was just absolutely horrifying because why would you ever do that? So you're just going to be staring at a camera screen talking to yourself and maybe the random person who logs in. And, that was just, there was no way I would do it. And then, a couple of years into it, and I started my Facebook group around, relationships. And I'm like, but I have to go live. I have to talk to people. I have to connect with them more. I can't just wait for one-on-one phone calls. People need to see me, need to hear me. And I mean, I think it's a message worth hearing too. So that was it. It was that kind of kick in the butt to just get on there and press live. And I'm not kidding. I mean, it was terrifying.
I'm sure it was. But after you do it quite a bit,
Yeah,
you're speaking from the heart and you already know what you're going to say.
this is
And
it.
people are listening for your message to see, what you're talking about and why you're talking about it and if it affects them, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So basically, I met you through this amazing We Meet Wednesdays, which I thought, what a ridiculous name for a women's group, but it's really catchy, isn't it?
And that's what we do. We
So
meet
I
on
met you,
Wednesdays.
yeah. I met you on this online place, right, to
Yeah.
connect with you. And I literally you blew me away with what you had said. And you said something like, um, you used video to record yourself, and then you did that to find your written style. Can
Yeah.
you explain like what that was all about?
Right. Sure. So I mentioned I'm a lecturer, right? And I lecture in Latin American history and politics and beginner's Spanish. So fine. I also, dabble in fiction writing. But think about those two styles of writing, right? One is very academic and, bunch of big words. And then the other one is, a lot more flowery. And neither of those styles really are suitable for social media. And not the kind of social media storytelling. I mean, writing a book storytelling versus telling a story in 100 words. It's totally different. And I was struggling so much to, and it's still not perfect, huh? But I mean, it really was daunting to the point of that, what we call it, perfecticrastination, where you just you're so waiting to make it perfect, you just don't ever do it. So I was struggling with that. And I remember I would even write things, and my mentor, I remember sharing something with him, and I had something along the lines of helping you make your bond stronger. And he's like, "What are you doing? Selling glue?" And he just I really was struggling. So around that same time, I think I did a workshop with Kathy Tarbuck, who does a lot of AI work as
Oh,
well.
yes.
Right.
Hmm.
Right. And it was just, I remember in one of her sessions, a kind of a light bulb went off. And I'm like, right, I have now, at this point, I had all of these recordings. I'm like, I just need my transcripts. So I started pulling together some of the transcripts. Thankfully, again, AI has been a true, lifesaver in many ways in this context. And I was able to take one of those transcripts, throw it into chat gpt, and ask it with the correct prompts and all of that to analyze my writing style. And then I was able to get either here, so this is what my writing style is. And and it's true, it's conversational. What my speaking style is and how it would translate to my writing style, right? It's
Yes.
conversational, direct, inspiring, friendly, and still authoritative. And I'm like, well, how do I get all of that into words? So,
Right. But your
right,
transcripts were the magic that was missing.
that's
That
it.
you were
That
like,
was the fix.
wow, because I think you had mentioned being in a place where you are in academia,
Yeah.
you tend to write very formally. And
Right.
so when you were writing, it wasn't really matching your style for social media. And so
No,
you
absolutely not.
literally took the transcripts of your discussions, right?
Correct.
And asked AI to basically make a framework of how they would do that.
Correct, correct.
Yeah.
And then what
Uh,
I could do now, I could write my content and I would then ask AI to kind of reframe it in my voice, and I mean, and I think I also learned how to write from that. And it's so weird. You might think, well, how can AI teach you your own voice? But it did because I couldn't pull those words out to describe my writing voice. And then
right.
now, no, yeah. And then
And you had
seeing,
said it was, academia. So for people
yeah,
that aren't sure what that exactly means, the writing is just a little formal, a little
yeah,
stiff.
very stiff. So I honestly do believe that taking that approach, using video and then turning video into written content, helped me learn how to write better for social media. And I'm at a stage now where I don't need to use the AI for it anymore. It's just with me now, it's like a time saver. But yeah. And the thing is, for those of you who are saying, I hate AI generated, I hate chat GPT and how it looks and sounds, it doesn't have to look and sound like chat GPT.
That's right.
It sounds like you when you put your thoughts and your words and your style and your tone into it. And
Yes,
that's, yeah.
I agree. Well, I wanted to ask you as well.
Mhm.
So lots of women out there are not even thinking about live streaming, or they see
Mhm.
live streaming and they're like, okay, that's fine for them, but I'm
Yeah.
not doing it. What would you say to them if they had this thought in their mind, like, maybe I could go
Mhm.
live, just like this little glimmer of hope?
Mhm.
Because honestly, I speak with women every day and meet with them. And today I met with someone who I said, can I help you in any way? Because she helped me with a couple things. I said, I'd love to help you, in any way. Do you
Okay.
go on camera at all? Can I help you with your on camera presence? And she said, me? No, no, I don't go on camera. Right? So it's going to be a longer time for someone like that to get to the place where they're actually going to have that glimmer of hope, like, I think I can do this.
Yeah.
So if you were to give some information to a woman that has that little glimmer of hope, like, maybe
Mhm.
I can live stream, what
Mhm.
like secret about live streaming would you give this woman to think about before she goes live?
Yeah, I was thinking about this like right before we hopped on here too, right? And I think like today is a perfect example of it, right? Today is a crazy day. We talked about this a bit. It's like nothing is really going right. I've got sick husband, sick kids. I'm not even at my desk. I'm at one of my kids' desks. And here's the secret with live streaming, right? It gets you to just act. Like Rose, if this was a recording, I might have messaged you and said, "Can we reschedule the recording?" But it's not a recording, right? It has to go out live. It has to be done, and it has to be done at a particular time. So that is what live streaming does. I find it gets me out of my head, and I think don't underestimate the power of that because we sit there and we overthink. And again, that perfectionistic procrastination habit, live streaming takes that away. And it just start. It literally is the just start. And as you said, that person who's thinking, maybe can I even do 2 minutes? Yes, you can. You hit live, you give your name, you say testing 1, 2, 3, and you know what? You've done your first live. You really
That's
have.
exactly right. And then every single one after that becomes easier and easier.
It does, it does. Until yes, you get to a stage where you can sit and all thoughts can go out of your mind. Everything can be crazy around you, but you got this.
Right. Well, so how can people connect with you in what you do, or just to see a little bit more about your life and what you teach and if it applies to them?
Sure. Well, I mean, I have a baby YouTube channel. I don't know if the links are here. You know, you can click on it, Kim De Silva, and that's me. And the same Kim De Silva on Instagram. And that's really a good place. I've been playing around a lot with reels and stories. I've got to get back into it for this year, though. I had a fantastic Christmas break.
Oh, yes. I love that. I did too. It was great.
Yes. So, yes,
Well,
back into the
good.
action world.
Everyone pretty much knows where to find me. I'm pretty sure you can find me as Jackson Hole Rose all over the World Wide Web. And Kim, I must say it was such a pleasure having you on and just sharing your story, because these are the types of things that women need to hear. Because I will take little snippets out of here that I hope to inspire other women to get on camera.
Perfect. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So, actually, one more thing. My audience and I love to use a term, and it's called F perfect.
Correct.
So I also say, you know what? It can mean forget perfect, like in
Okay.
that way, like just
Yeah.
F perfect, just get on, go live. Would
Yeah.
you agree?
F perfect. 100%. 100%.
Thank you, because my audience loves it when we say that. So it's kind of my thing now, my little part of my closer, to have everyone say F perfect, like no, just go, do it.
Just go do it. Exactly. Be like
Yeah.
Nike.
Okay, so remember F perfect, right?
Exactly.
And keep it real, because when you live stream in this AI age, it is your authentic edge. Okay. Bye, Kim. Thanks for being on again.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.